What's up guys, it's Nofsky with Academia Audio, and today I'm going to show you how to use a powerful plugin called SERUM. So there's a lot of powerful synths and VSTs out there, Omnisphere, Vital, Synth One, just to name a few. Today I want to focus on my favorite one, that is SERUM. Before we jump in, I do want to mention our next video that we make, the one after this one. We'll be giving a free sample pack to everyone that subscribes and comments Inspire. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do that so you don't miss out on that. It is a free sample pack for every single person that subscribes and comments Inspire on our next video. Now for this video, we do have a special gift for you that I will reveal at the end of the video, so stay tuned to check that out, another free gift. Without any further ado, let's dive in. So guys, this is SERUM. And before we dive in and start doing some examples and listening to some sounds, I just want to give a brief overview of the plugin. When I first saw SERUM, it was kind of like if you ever stepped foot into a cockpit of a plane. There's a bunch of knobs and there's a bunch of things and you're not really sure what's going on. You might be feeling overwhelmed, but fear not, we're going to take it section by section. So the first section I want you to notice is the oscillator section. This guy, oscillator A and oscillator B. This is where you load in wavetables. So right now we have the SERUM stock wavetable that sounds like this. But we can go ahead and click here and we can put in another wavetable. Right at the top right here is the tuning section. We can go ahead and lower that an octave. We can raise it an octave. We can manipulate the semitones. We can fine tune and then coarse pitch as well. So this is all going to be as far as tuning the sound, either pinging it to different octaves or just moving it a few semitones. Next we have the unison, and all this does is this adds multiple incidences of the wave. The knob directly to the right, you can either push it right and detune the sound, or you can pull it left and make the sound more mono. If you go ahead and click on the actual wavetable, it'll bring up this box, and now you have a full view of the whole wavetable. You have a knob here. Now you can go ahead and move that knob, and if you notice, it'll actually cycle through the wavetable. Let's give it a listen. And so that's if there's a specific spot in the wavetable that you want to capitalize on or whatever you want to do. Now I did mention we also have an oscillator B, and this allows us to have another wavetable that we can actually blend in with the original sound. Let's take a listen. Next we have the sub and the noise. So if you want to think about it, this whole section right here is what's generating noise, whether it's a wavetable or anything that you input into the software that makes noise. It's going to come from either oscillator B, A, the sub, or the noise section. Speaking of noise, both of these, noise and subs, are technically oscillators as well. The sub is pretty self-explanatory. It's just another wavetable that you can add in that people use for a sub frequency. The noise, however, is more used for adding like white noise or pink noise or background tingling elements or anything like that. Now we talked about the section that creates the sound. Let's go ahead and move to the envelope and the LFO section. These sections are what you're going to use to shape the sound. Let's look at some further examples. So let's say we'll just use the sound I have here. This is what it sounds like. So I'm just going to bring in a MIDI so we have kind of a groove. And then I want to show you as I move some of these knobs exactly what they're going to do. So if I wanted to make this more of a plucky sound, I can go ahead and bring this guy down like this. If I wanted to make it more sustained, I can go ahead and drag it out longer. And so envelope is primarily for shaping the sound. LFOs are really cool, and this is what I typically use. And let's go ahead and drag it on the level of oscillator A, and we have a rate at 1/4. And so let's see what that sounds like. So now we have some movement. And then you can go ahead and shape this further. We can make it more tight, or we can make it more open. We can go ahead and change the rate so it can move faster. We can put it on a triplet. And there's all kinds of stuff that you can do here. And again, this is a very advanced software. So I'm just going to touch on the basic things to kind of get you moving and grooving, but there is so much to SERUM that you can use. Next, I want to touch on the filter section. So this is where you have all your filters. So we have some low passes, some high passes, some bands, peaks, notches, all different kinds, combinations of them. And all this is going to do is it's taking this sound and it's putting it through this filter. Now you do that by highlighting this section. So we're going to click on A. So now this sound is going through here. The cutoff is going to determine what frequencies that you are cutting off. Another really cool thing is with LFO1, you can not only put it on the volume, but we can go ahead and throw it on the cutoff. And now listen. So the options are endless here. We can do that with a high pass as well if we wanted. We can also add a noise in, and then we can go ahead and check this, and now the noise is going to be going through the filter. And along with the sub, there's just so many things that you can do with that right there. Next, let's go ahead in the effects section. So we have a plethora of effects here, and you can go ahead and use these. These are great. Sometimes I won't use certain ones because I want to use another plugin on the post-processing chain, but we can just kind of briefly go over these. We have hyperdimension, which this is going to give that width to your sound. Next, we have some distortion, pretty self-explanatory, a flanger, a phaser, some chorus, a little delay, compression, reverb, EQ, and another filter. So anytime these are checked, either here or the power button over here, your sound is going to be routed through these. Now that's the case for everything except the sub and the noise. Notice you do have this direct out button, and what this is going to do, it's going to bypass the filter, it's going to bypass the effects, it's going to bypass everything, and the sound is going to be coming out exactly how it is without being affected by anything. Next, we have the matrix section, and you notice there's a few things going on here, and all this is a map, a guide telling you exactly what you routed. So over here, we went ahead and put LFO1 on the level, and then we put it on the cutoff, and if we go to the matrix, it's going to explain that. LFO1 on oscillator A volume, LFO1 on the cutoff. Now the amount is this blue level, and we can see exactly what these numbers are over here. So the amount on the oscillator A volume is 100, and the amount on the filter cutoff is 14. Now you have two options. You can drag and drop these guys on here, or you can go ahead and route them straight from here. So I can do LFO1 to, we'll just say, the noise level. And then we can go ahead and turn this knob up, and if we go back to the front, you can go ahead and see. Now you might be wondering, why is this going in both directions? Two ways you can fix this. You can hit Alt Shift and click on that guy, and it's going to put it in one direction, or you can toggle right here one direction to both directions. Next, we have our global section, and this is where things get a little more advanced, and I will touch on these in future videos. I just wanted you guys to be more familiar with the software and comfortable to create those sounds in your next banger. That pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys learned something today and this inspired you. I did mention I had a gift for you guys at the end, and that gift is down below. It is a free template, the very one you see me using here. We have a whole video explaining why you need this template and how it's going to help you start and stay in the creative flow. We also have a few other sample packs and sound packs. We have our whole Exhale pack full of tons of SERUM presets, and that's something I like to do if I'm going to try to find a sound. You can create it from scratch, or you can go ahead and use a preset and then tweak it to your liking. So if you haven't, definitely go check those out down in the description. If you have any questions or comments, or just want to throw a fire emoji or a thumbs up, feel free to do that down in the comment section below. Definitely like, share, and subscribe for more tips. You guys have a blessed day. Peace.